Good morning. Thank you for being here. I'm Nitika Gupta, Senior Program Manager in the Microsoft Identity Division, focusing on provisioning.
And I'm Chetan Desai, a Senior Program Manager, focusing on identity provisioning, specifically on HR integrations.
Chetan and I wanted to learn a little bit about our audience. So we want to know why you're here today. Are you here because the title sounded interesting? Lots. OK, good job to us in marketing.
Good job, yeah.
Are you here because you heard about the Azure AD Connect cloud provisioning announcement from either Joy or Alex? Few of you. How about the HR integration announcements? Few. And lastly, are you interested in the roadmap of provisioning and what Azure AD can do? Awesome. So first and last, it's not because you heard news. The second question we had was, we want to understand how many of you work closely with HR on your day-to-day job? OK, lots. So the demo Chetan is going to show you is going to be awesome. How many of you are in the IT team focusing on identity? Everybody. Cool, cool, cool. How many of you are in the business team? You want to use the apps, but IT comes in the way, and this title had the word business, so you came here. None of you. Expected. Cool.
OK. With that, we'll continue the interactions that we had in terms of show of hands. So let's take a look at some of the trends that we see are disrupting today how HR, IT, and business work together. I think each one of us in the room is probably touched by these trends at some point or the other. So let's first talk about cloud HR. A quick show of hands here. How many of you are in the midst of moving to cloud HR or already using cloud HR? That's great. And you're not alone, because as per the Gartner study, by 2025, we are going to see 60% of large and mid-segment customers moving to a cloud HR solution. And then moving to the next point, that's on M&As. How many of you have been part of M&A or divestitures? That's great. Again, no, you're not alone in the boat here. We see a lot of customers telling us about the problems related to M&A and how they would like solutions from Azure AD in that space. And finally, this is not a show of hands, but we all know that shadow IT is dominant here. A line of business application user who has a credit card can procure a cloud web service, cloud application that he would like to use, and IT will not have any knowledge of it. Okay? So with that, let's go to the next slide and talk about the HR, IT, and business personas that are specifically impacted by this trend. So if I wear the hat of an HR manager, then for me, the move to cloud HR is really promising, because I don't have to deal with on-prem HR systems, and there's a lot of efficiency that cloud brings with it. What about IT admins?
As an IT admin, I'm tired of writing custom solutions. I want to be able to deliver on the needs of my HR teams and business. So I want to modernize. I want a solution which lets me quickly respond to my HR and business needs. I want a solution that's fast, that's scalable, extensible, and can be governed.
Yep. And then finally, as a business manager, I mean, granted that I have got a cloud app, but I don't want to be in the business of shadow IT, because I'm not an expert at security or identity governance. I would like to leave that to the IT team. Okay. So with that, let's take a look at how Azure AD can help you.
Yep. Right? Azure AD can help you bridge the gap between HR, IT, and business. We'll show you a bunch of demos throughout our presentation to show how. We can help you simply integrate with the cloud HR applications like Workday, and also bring identities from disconnected AD forest to Azure AD. Once all these identities are in Azure AD, we can provision these out to all the applications that you need to get work done.
Okay. So first, we'll take a look at why and how Azure AD is different from traditional IDM systems that you have been deploying on-prem. So Personally, I've been working as a consultant in the IDM space for the last 15 years. And as a consultant, I've been involved in a lot of these deployment patterns that you see here, where you have an identity manager solution. It could be a Microsoft Identity Manager, it could be Oracle, it could be SailPoint. This Identity Manager solution is provisioning to your LDAP directories, databases, also integrating with your service service desk, and giving access to line of business applications for your employees and contractors. And while doing that, we see a trend of high maintenance costs associated with this solution, the high operational cost of running these servers on premises, writing that custom scripts and connectors to plug into each of these systems. And because the standard adoption has been very low when it comes to on-prem IDM systems, you have to build a proprietary connector for each system. And that can eat into your maintenance costs after a connector has been written by a system integrator or consultant and they leave. And finally, it's not built for the cloud scale, so not able to respond to your growing cloud business apps. Okay. It doesn't stop here. I think some of the horror stories that I have seen on the ground is where, especially when it comes to HR integration, I've seen where one change in the HR system can lead to a deluge of transactions downstream to your identity manager. For example, I know of a company that changed office location for around 50,000 users who moved from one location to the other. And when that one change was done in the HR system, it triggered that many update transactions downstream to that identity manager, and it just went down. It could not handle that load. Okay. Well, that's still okay, but there are also scenarios where an intern on the HR team did some change that caused accidental termination of users, which is very difficult and embarrassing to recover from.
So as I was saying earlier, Azure AD is one platform which can help you with all your provisioning needs. On the HR side, we have pre-integrated connectors for Workday and SuccessFactors. What this means from your perspective is the time to integration goes down from months to days. And then you don't have to maintain that infrastructure or the custom script or solution you wrote. On the directory side, we have Azure AD Connect Sync and Cloud Provisioning, which can sync identities from AD, including the disconnected forests, and also sync identities from generic LDAP. Lastly, you want to get all these users in the applications. So we have out-of-the-box integration with over 100 cloud applications. And we give you the ability to bring your own application using SCIM open standard as well. So at the end, the time to productivity for the end user really goes down from like hours trying to get an account, trying to get access to the app, to minutes. And from an IT perspective, you have a platform that's secure and governable that you can leverage.
Okay, that's great. So with that, let's deep dive into the Azure AD provisioning capabilities. So let's first start with HR systems. You never want to miss an identity event that's coming from your HR system, and how do you do that? Let's see what one of our customers did in this space. So this is a large online fashion retailer. They embarked on the journey of HR transformation around 2 years ago when they decided to use Workday as their cloud HR platform. And not only that, they also invested in a lot of cloud applications and decided to use Azure AD as the provisioning tool that glues all of this together. And this is what the customer had to say, that they're able to sleep a little better at night, and as you see on this slide, probably also go home a little bit earlier. So with that, let's see what this involves, the HR-driven identity management lifecycle. So we here are specifically talking about scenarios called as joiner, mover, and leaver scenarios. That is, we want to cover the entire life cycle right from new hire and all the nuances associated with new hire provisioning, such as you want to generate a unique ID for them. You want to make sure that when you create that account in AD, they get a unique UPN. You want to auto-detect duplicates and avoid collisions. you want to create them in the correct OU within Active Directory. And then when there is a change, a manager change, a department change, you want to make sure that change flows into on-prem AD and also into your Azure AD. And finally, if when the termination takes place or when they resign, you want to make sure all access gets disabled on their last working day. Okay, so let's take a look at how this is done. And I'm super excited today to share with you the preview of our SuccessFactors integration rollout that's going to release this month. Okay, so with that, thank you, Nitika, for switching the screen. So what you see here is the SuccessFactors admin console. And the HR here, as a HR manager, I have onboarded a new hire called Joshua Ness. And he came in yesterday. And as you see here, this is his personal information. Let's go to his employment information. And he's hired as a customer service agent. And he works in the shared services department. And if you scroll down, you can see his manager information, pay grade, etc. Now, as an HR manager, again, I want to make sure that IT gets access to this information, and I don't have to be in the business of generating flat file feeds so that IT can consume this information. So let's see how IT can use Azure AD to do this. So what we are providing now in the Azure AD portal is an application called SuccessFactors to Azure AD User Provisioning. You can instantiate this from the gallery. And once you go to the Provisioning tab, you turn on the automatic provisioning mode and provide credentials to connect to your SuccessFactors instance. And the next step is where you configure your mappings. So let's take a look at how this works. So here in the mappings, this allows me to select every attribute from SuccessFactors and map it to a corresponding Azure AD attribute. Also, it allows me to apply transformations like the one you see here, where I'm doing a concatenation of first name and last name. Further, I can also select a specific user population. So let's say as a HR, I don't want to bring all users from SuccessFactors into Azure AD. Maybe it's a merger, acquisition, or a divestiture scenario where I want to limit the scope. I can add a scoping filter like here. I have said that I want to only get users belonging to the shared services department. Okay. So once I have configured this, I go back to the provisioning page and turn on the provisioning. Okay. When this turns on, you will see a progress bar that shows you all the users that have been processed. And we can see here if Joshua Ness now shows up in our provisioning logs. So I'm going to switch here to our provisioning logs. Okay. And in this provisioning logs, you see there is an entry for Joshua Ness that we were able to import this user from SuccessFactors. We determined if the user is in scope, then we did a match, and then finally provisioned the user into Azure AD. You can also see all the attributes that we pulled from SuccessFactors. So we got the street address, postal code, company, his job title, etc.
That's awesome.
How does this look? Thank you. So we will take questions towards the end. Thank you. Okay, so that's how we got the new hire in. We can also take a look at Josh's profile in Azure AD. And here you see all his information. Even the manager relationship has come into Azure AD. You can extend this with the help of dynamic groups. You can assign customer service agents a specific group. Like here we have assigned customer service agents to the customer service associate group, which among other things also gives them group-based licensing to Azure AD P1 in this case. Okay, so that's how we can extend this. And then finally, also we provide the capability of write back. So we realize that HR is not the authoritative source for attributes like email address or phone number. So this may be generated by other systems, and you want to flow them into SuccessFactors. We also provide that capability. Okay? And finally, the most important scenario, which allowed our customer to sleep better at night, that's the disable scenario. So we did a disable termination transaction in SuccessFactors for Neil Flores. So you would see there's an update here coming in for Neil Flores, where the account enabled attribute was switched from true to false. What happens here is that the account for Neil Flores then gets disabled in Azure AD, and you would see here that sign-ins are blocked for this user. Okay? You can also configure rules here to soft delete the user if you want. Okay? So with that, yeah, and the demo of SuccessFactors, let's go to the next slide.
Great. Thank you, Chetan. Thanks for the amazing demos. So in the next section, we're going to talk about how you can provision identities from on-prem to Azure AD. We are going to have some customer stories that we would like to share in this section. So I would like to invite Tom Sawyer from SMBC. Welcome, Tom.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Tom Sawyer, Vice President of Cloud Architecture for Sumitomo Mitsui Banking Corporation, otherwise known as SMBC. We were Microsoft's first cloud provisioning customer in production. Let me kind of walk you through how we got here. We have started with a pretty typical hybrid identity deployment. We had identities in AD and Azure AD synced together as a single identity for a single plane of management in the cloud. And that's a pretty typical scenario. Show of hands, how many people are using AADC? Azure Active Directory Connect. Good, good, good. Everybody knows what that is. Pretty typical. That works great for most of our user scenarios. Where things got complicated for us is that we have a number of subsidiary organizations. And those subsidiaries are part of SMBC from an organizational perspective, but from an IT perspective, they're effectively isolated companies. And why that was difficult is we didn't have network connectivity to them. So while you have an AADC and you can connect all your forests or anywhere within your LAN or your WAN, once we started moving to these disconnected forest scenarios, we didn't have any good way of reaching out to those forests and bringing their identities from their ADs, their forests, up into our Azure AD. So why was that bad? Our people are all part of the same larger organization in SMBC, but because we had these disconnected subsidiaries, those users couldn't find users from the parent organization in Outlook. They couldn't chat on Teams. They couldn't collaborate back and forth on files. And so what usually wound up happening is instead of being able to launch SharePoint and work together, they would jump back to email. And everybody knows sending large files back and forth over email, we'd start getting complaints, files are getting blocked, how can we do this better, what other scenarios, they'd start going to third-party services, and now you have shadow IT and all of that creep that you want to really try and avoid by having everybody in the same cloud. So it wasn't very productive for them. We had some workarounds. They were able to they could come into our environment through a virtual desktop, and they could open a browser in our environment, in our virtual desktop, and then get to the SharePoint sites and stuff they wanted to access. But the problem was that they still couldn't save those files back to their own environments. And so ultimately, they took those files and they wound up going back to email again. But what really started to drive the urgency for us to get these users into the cloud was that one of our subsidiaries had an on-prem Exchange environment that was expiring at the end of 2019. And so there was quite a bit of urgency to get those users up to the cloud and get those users to the cloud quickly. So because they were isolated, we started thinking, well, how are we going to do this? There's no tool that exists. We all know AADC is only going to work from one main forest up to one tenant. That's the relationship, and that was it. So we came up with Plan B, and Plan B was we make a custom tool. We have each one of these subsidiaries create their own AADCs and basically their own kind of shadow Azure Active Directories, so they could write their user objects up to that. And then we would go and use a PowerShell tool to query those directories, bring those users down into a shadow forest within our own local AD, and then write those identities up to our tenant. So kind of a very complex process. And just the way it sounds to describe, it was too complex. We were afraid, one, it was a lot of manual work because we had to write all these scripts. We had to maintain now multiple AADCs and all these different sites. And it was just, there was too much opportunity for things to go wrong. When you're talking about identities, you really don't want to have people suddenly disappear from the cloud because they're not going to be too happy about it. So before I get into what our Azure AD cloud provisioning got for us, I'll say for a moment, we first found out about this. We were actually on a business trip to our corporate office in Tokyo, and we were meeting with our Microsoft team there, and we were discussing what the scenario was, and they said, hey, guess what? We happen to have a private preview program for this new thing called Azure AD Connect Cloud Provisioning. And we said, oh, that sounds interesting. That was the third week in September. 2 weeks later, after finding out about the preview program and working with Nitika very closely, we actually had this deployed in production for the subsidiary that had the expiring Exchange environment. So extremely, extremely easy to deploy. Basically what it is it's a lightweight agent that goes within your environment, and it single server or multi-server, so you can get HA within the disconnected forests. It's based on the Azure App Proxy technology. So really what's happening is you have just a very simple lightweight agent that you install in the remote site, and then all of your traditional Azure AD Connect logic actually runs in Azure. And so it's able to query down to the agent, and the agent is really just passing that query into your local AD, grabbing all those user objects, and then syncing those objects up to your tenant. So you go from one nice little disconnected site and a whole bunch of old complex scripts to now a nice simple agent that you have deployed, and all of those identities flowing up into Azure AD. So what does that get us? That gets us our single plane of management in Azure AD. We now have one spot for all of our organization, not just our main tenant, but our main org, but all of our subsidiary orgs. All those identities are in Azure AD, so we get that single plane of management, and now all those users that were having difficulty collaborating, now they can all access the same SharePoint Online, they can all be in teams, they can all work together. So whereas it was very difficult for us as an org to really work collaboratively before because of this disjointed IT, we can now work great together as one single organization.
Thank you, Dom.
Thank you.
So in case of SMBC, they had disconnected forests, but they hadn't gone down the path of consolidating those disconnected forests into a single intermediate AD. I'm working with another customer who's not with us here, but I wanted to share their scenario where they have created an intermediate forest. This is what their architecture looks like. So they have multiple disconnected ADs, and they have an intermediate AD forest. They're using all sorts of mechanisms, in some cases scripts, in some cases Microsoft Identity Manager to bring those identities into Azure into their AD. Now, once those identities are in the intermediate AD, they are bringing those to Azure AD using Azure AD Connect Sync. But this approach has some challenges. From an IT perspective, they had to go down the path of consolidating all the identities in this intermediate AD forest. That is a big effort by itself. The second challenge is that they now have to maintain identities in two different forests. They have the overhead of having to maintain this intermediate AD forest. Lastly, they are not able to fully leverage Azure AD capabilities like self-service password reset, like hybrid Azure AD join. From an end user perspective, this gives them a broken single sign-on experience when they go from on-prem apps to cloud apps because they are different forests and identities. This is where they would like to get to. So in the future state, they have these disconnected AD forests. They want to use Azure AD Connect Cloud Provisioning to sync those forests directly to Azure AD, completely get rid of the intermediate AD forest. This, as I said, will help them reduce costs, no longer need to maintain the intermediate AD, And they can start using SSPR, self-service password reset, hybrid Azure AD join, Windows Hello for Business, all the capabilities in Azure AD that you might be hearing about this week. From an end user perspective, the user gets single sign-on across all the cloud and on-prem application. So we have started this deployment with the customer already, and hopefully we can share more of their deployment details in the next session. With that, I want to quickly walk you through the Azure AD Connect cloud provisioning setup. As Tom was saying, the first thing you need to do is to install a lightweight agent. This agent is based on the existing app proxy technology that you might be familiar with. The agent requires entering your Azure AD credentials and then your AD credentials. And here you can configure multiple AD domains with the agent as well. Next, you confirm. Once you confirm, it takes up to 2 minutes to register the agent with our cloud service and make sure it's ready for provisioning. Once the agent is configured, you go to the Azure portal to configure provisioning. This new option on the top is for cloud provisioning. I'll show you how to create a new configuration here. So in my setup, I only had one domain, so the domain was pre-populated for me in this experience. But if you have multiple domains configured with the agent, you can simply select that from the dropdown. You can further scope who gets provisioned using Active Directory groups or organization units. You can define multiple of the groups, multiple of the organization units. By default, we enable password hash sync, but you could just uncheck the box if that's not acceptable for your organization. Then you have the notification email. We highly recommend you configure this. So if provisioning for some reason is not running because we can't connect to the agent, we'll send you an email notification to go investigate further. And lastly, you can enable this. Once enabled, we will run provisioning every 2 minutes. So we'll provision not just the password hashes every 2 minutes, but also the users and group changes will be provisioned every 2 minutes to Azure AD. This is a big change from what we do in Azure AD Connect Sync, where we, by default, run the cycle every 30 minutes. I want to call out a few more options on the screen. So you have an option to review all the agents on the top, where you can see if the agents are active. You also have the option to go to the logs. So these are the same logs that Chetan was showing you earlier, the provisioning logs. These provisioning logs apply to all provisioning scenarios. It's all a single platform, whether it be HR or AD to Azure AD or even provisioning to SaaS apps. Once you have this all configured, you can verify that the users from this new domain that you configured are now in Azure AD. So in this case, users from the datumfinance.com are now in Azure AD. So this is the classic slide that you have seen throughout this week. So we can support disconnected AD forest. We are moving the sync complexity and heavy lifting all to the cloud. So you don't have to worry about managing a big sync server or the complexity. I want to go into the next level of details about what features we are supporting in our public preview. So the first thing is going to be users and group provisioning with password hash sync. All customers will have Azure AD Connect Sync, so we are supporting coexistence with Azure AD Connect Sync, so you can run both sync and cloud provisioning within the same tenant. You can pilot with AD groups, so you can start off with only a small set of users that are using cloud provisioning and slowly scale it up using organization units. And then you can run multiple of these agents for high availability. We recommend running 3 provisioning agents, making sure that your password hashes are always getting to Azure AD. There's never a time where user changes their password on-prem, and the sync server is down, and the user password hashes are not getting updated in Azure AD. From an operational perspective, we have provisioning logs that you saw earlier. We also are adding another option for on-demand provisioning. So this is really cool from a setup perspective. So when you're configuring provisioning, you can test it for a single user, for your account or for a test account, making sure the configuration is as expected before you enable it further. It's also handy from a troubleshooting perspective, where if a user is saying, hey, I'm not able to sign in, or my account is not provisioned, you can try testing for this user and see what's going wrong in their configuration. Next, Chetan is going to show us cool demos of how you can use Azure Monitor workbooks for provisioning. Those will be supported for AD to Azure AD as well. All the agents are auto-upgraded, so you don't have to worry about the different agent versions, testing them in your test environment, and then pushing the update down to your production environment. We'll take care of the upgrade of the agents for you. Lastly, this feature becomes really important in a disconnected forest environment where the IT managing the forest might be different from you, right? And you might want to delegate the setup of the agent to that IT team. So we are introducing a new role called the hybrid admin role, which allows you to set up the agent as well as provisioning. So you can delegate setting up cloud provisioning to your disconnected AD forest admins. From an authentication perspective, we support password hash sync as well as federation, and we'll have support for seamless single sign-on as well. Lastly, I want to call out some advanced options. We support attribute transformation. This is the same what Chetan showed earlier, where you can transform maybe the name, display name to be a combination of your first name, last name. So you can do all that transformation using our Microsoft Graph APIs that, again, we'll show later in the session as well. All this will be available by the end of this month in public preview.
That's great. And just to build on top of what Nitika mentioned, the agent that we're using for the Azure AD Connect provisioning, that's the same agent that is used for HR to on-prem AD provisioning. So it supports both capabilities. So we are not asking you to install multiple agents and get into the agent hell. We don't want you to go there. Yeah. Okay. So with that, so what we saw so far was we took a look at how you can bridge that gap with HR, with cloud HR integrations. Then we also saw how you can simplify your life with M&As and deal with the changes that come through that. Next, we'll take a look at how the cloud scale app provisioning addresses the problem of shadow IT. So if you are a line of business manager and you have an application that you have procured, you can ask your IT team to go into the Azure AD portal and look for that application. And in most of the cases, you will find that app in our Azure AD portal because we have grown our app ecosystem rapidly over the last 1 year. We have seen a 4x increase in the number of pre-integrated apps. There are 20 million configured users today going through the Azure AD provisioning pipeline. And we are really pushing the envelope on the SCIM innovation by making sure that ISVs and also customers are investing in SCIM. Okay. So these are the customers today. These are the ISVs who are using the SCIM-driven integration with Azure AD. So SCIM is a standards-based protocol for exchange of information across clouds, and it enables the automated user lifecycle management. I think the biggest thing is it takes away the time that you require, it decreases the time for integration. So if you do not see an application that you're using in the gallery, please let us know. We would love to add that to our gallery and increase the number of apps that are available as pre-integrated apps. Okay? But we also realize, again, we're talking about bridging the gap between business, IT, and HR. And in some cases, provisioning is also a joint or a shared responsibility because IT cannot handle everything that business wants. Okay? And that's why we don't want your businesses to be overly dependent on IT for some of the provisioning tasks. So for example, let's take a scenario where you're using Workday and there is a new hire in Workday. And when the new hire joins, you want the person from the ServiceNow team, Alice, she wants to give them a PC, or Carol wants to add them to the right Teams channel, or Bob wants to assign tickets in Zendesk. These operations can be delegated to the line of business managers now. So if there's a developer in that line of business department and they would like to tap into the Azure AD events that we are getting from HR, he can do so. Okay? So let's take a look at how that's done. Going to switch to the demo screen. So here we are going through a case where, let's say, your help desk admin wants to run a scheduled job where he wants to see all the new hires that are coming in, and if they belong to the IT help desk department, he would like to assign them to a Zendesk group and a Teams channel. Okay? And there's no need that IT needs to be in the picture for this to take place. Okay? So what you see here is the Power Automate, or also called as, which was previously called as Microsoft Flow. So now the line of business manager can engage a developer to tap into the provisioning logs graph API. So what this is, let me walk you through this. So I'm going to go into Postman, where I have a call for getting all successful hires. So in this, what the developer would do is retrieve a OAuth access token using an endpoint called the OAuth2 token, and then use that token to query for the list of all successful new hires that have come in from SuccessFactors since yesterday. Okay? And you can change this and parameterize this operation and use this same query within Microsoft Flow. Okay? So I have put the same filter in Flow, and there are advanced options where you can configure how you can authenticate. So all that is baked into Flow. So it's really a low-code platform. You are a developer. As long as your developer is familiar and comfortable with using the REST API paradigms, you can use this mechanism to integrate. So now that I have the list of new hires, I can parse that. So this is Flow auto-generates the schema associated once you give the JSON schema. It will parse the body and extract the values, and these are now available as dynamic variables within Flow, which you can use in the next step. So for example, I process each value. So this is a loop that will process every value and add the user to the Zendesk support group. Again, this is using the Azure AD group connector in Flow, and then post a message on the Teams channel that, hey, welcome to the team. Okay, and here we are using a variable that was auto-generated by Flow. Okay, so that's how you can extend provisioning. So this is just empowering developers to do more with Azure AD. Okay.
Cool. What about the workbooks, Chetan?
Yeah, that's a great point. So now we have solved the problem of developers and gave them tools to work with Azure AD. Let's take a look from an operations standpoint. Now your IT admins are interested in knowing, okay, so I have all these provisioning jobs running. How do I know how many read operations happened from the source system, how many identities were imported, how many were exported? So we are now providing you provisioning cycles workbook, which allows you to get a report on a per app basis, how many times that provisioning job ran, how many identities were imported during that cycle, and how many were exported. So this was for SuccessFactors, and the same thing you can do for Dropbox or Workday or all the apps that you have configured in your environment. Okay.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Now we would like to invite two of our partners, Tommy and Jason, on the stage.
Thank you.
Jason, go for it.
Hello, everybody. My name is Tommy Bergens, and I work for Atea in Sweden as a consultant. Atea is the market leader in IT infrastructure and system integrations for private and public sectors in Nordic and Baltic countries. We are around 7,000 employees, with over 4,000 of which are consultants.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. I'm Jason Revell. I lead the Avanade Security Consulting practice in the UK and Ireland. For those that don't know, Avanade is one of the industry's leading joint ventures, actually co-owned by Microsoft and Accenture. We operate in about 23 different regions with about 30,000 employees.
Thank you, Tommy and Jason, for joining us today. So both of you bring a lot of experience around identity provisioning. I know, Jason, in particular, you have worked on a lot of MIM projects involving HR integrations. Now, with the move to cloud HR, how do you see customers working on provisioning?
Yeah, it's a fun past that I've had working with FIM and MIM and integrating it into HR. And as more companies have moved HR up into the cloud, it hasn't removed any of the complexity with achieving that levels of integration. So, the steps forward now, making it more seamless integration into Azure AD, integrating it into the SaaS platform, removing the custom development, is going to make huge steps forward. I've seen projects with SAP integration take multiple months to achieve, requiring quite advanced development. Whereas, as you've demonstrated today, the integration is very achievable for an IT admin.
Great, thank you. And that's HR is just one part of the story. The other part is the application provisioning. What are your experiences around application provisioning?
Well, we're really seeing a move from on-prem provisioning to cloud provisioning, and a lot of customers are also embracing this new idea. And in addition to that, we see a lot of application developers are building their applications with provisioning based on SCIM, which makes integrations very easy.
Great. And do you see, you mentioned SCIM, so with the adoption of SCIM, do you see a decrease in the time it takes for integrations now?
Yeah, definitely. I did an integration for a customer in the manufacturing industry. They were deploying an app, and they wanted to use single sign-on and also leverage conditional access to secure their sign-ins. So fortunately, this particular app supported SCIM, which made it very easy to implement. So instead of an implementation that might have taken weeks or perhaps months, we were up and running in a few days.
Wow. Do you see the same trend there?
Yeah, I think it's something that's definitely emerged in the last few years, because I remember advising customers and still advise customers now saying, don't just think of Azure AD as a single sign-on provider, think of it as your provisioning provider, because if you only achieve single sign-on, then you're effectively leaving a lot of unmanaged identities out there in your applications and having to do separate integrations into those applications. So, setting standards and policies, insisting on your development teams achieving, SCIM integration and the modern auth integrations is absolutely way forwards, and customers are finally starting to wake up to that fact, especially when it comes to now B2B integrations as well. So it's not just about employees. Obviously, B2B is a fantastic capability. We can achieve the same provisioning of those third-party accounts into your cloud apps as well with that capability now.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your experiences with us.
Thank you.
To the next slide.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Tommy and Jason. So as you heard, in the last 40 minutes, we talked about how you could bridge the gap between HR, IT, and business using Azure AD identity provisioning capabilities. These are some of the new announcements we had. So we'll have the public preview of Azure AD Connect Cloud Provisioning available by the end of this month. The same thing applies to SuccessFactors as well. We'll have the public preview integration that you saw Chetan demo available by the end of this month as well. And the provisioning workbooks will be available publicly next week.
Then in terms of what's next on the roadmap, we definitely want to increase the reach of our provisioning engine to cover on-prem applications. So you're going to see more capabilities in that space. We're going to expand the reach of our HR integrations beyond Workday, SuccessFactors to Oracle HCM. And also, we're going to provide a generic SQL-based approach, which you can use for integrating with regional HR systems, or there's so many other HR systems out there. And then finally, there's more enhancements coming to cloud provisioning that Nitika is working on.
Awesome. So we have some homework for you today. As you go back home, we want you to check out the provisioning workbooks next week. So if you have provisioning set up, take a look at the workbooks, and more importantly, look at the queries behind the workbook so you can build your own custom dashboards and alerts for your organization's needs. In the next 2 weeks, if you do have a cloud app that you're onboarding, don't just think about single sign-on. Think about provisioning as well and set up the automatic provisioning to those cloud applications. And then if you have SuccessFactors or Workday in your organization, do a pilot of how do you bring identities directly from these cloud HR vendors to Azure AD. Next month, once cloud provisioning is available, give it a shot, give us feedback on how Azure AD cloud provisioning is helping you simplify your sync architecture and helping with your merger and acquisition needs. And lastly, as you talk to developers internally or externally to ISVs, evangelize SCIM. So we have a standard protocol for provisioning. In the identity provisioning area, you only win when your HR, IT, and businesses work together.
That's right.
With that, thank you. Thanks for joining us.